Welcome to our deep dive into Isaac Asimov's Prelude to Foundation.
Oh, an excellent choice.
You've provided some fascinating excerpts from the book and entries from the Encyclopedia Galactica.
A wealth of information there.
So we're exploring how Hari Seldon, this young mathematician, becomes the father of psychohistory.
A journey full of twists and turns.
This mind-blowing idea of predicting the future with math.
Precisely.
And it all starts on Trantor,
The heart of the Galactic Empire.
this sprawling, planet-sized city.
A world unto itself.
Now, what makes Prelude so compelling?
Well, it's a prequel to the iconic Foundation series.
Right.
We see Hari Seldon at this decennial mathematics convention,
Okay.
presenting a paper that just hints at the vast potential of psychohistory.
It's almost like he stumbles onto this idea.
Exactly.
This idea that could change the course of history.
Initially, Seldon himself is skeptical
Really?
about the practicality of psychohistory.
He views it as purely theoretical.
I mean, imagine trying to predict the future of a galaxy-spanning empire
Yeah.
with billions of people.
Unfathomable.
Right.
But even this early concept of psychohistory.
Oh, it catches the attention of Emperor Cleon I.
Of course.
And this is where the political intrigue begins.
Oh,
Cleon sees psychohistory as a potential tool
I bet.
to solidify his power,
As one does.
to predict and control any threats
Right.
to his rule.
So it's not just scientific exploration.
No, no, no.
It's about power.
Precisely. The intersection of science and power.
Fascinating.
And Seldon, despite his brilliance,
Yeah.
is a bit naive
Okay.
about the political implications of his work.
I can see that.
He refuses to cooperate with the emperor,
Wow. That's bold.
which doesn't make him very popular in the imperial palace,
I can imagine.
but it highlights Seldon's integrity,
Yeah.
his unwavering commitment to scientific truth.
That's admirable.
But this refusal puts him in a precarious position,
I bet.
which is where Edo Demerzel comes in.
Ah, the Emperor's chief of staff.
The enigmatic Edo Demerzel.
What's your take on Demerzel's interest in Seldon?
Demerzel is a fascinating character.
I agree.
On the surface, he seems like a loyal servant to the emperor,
Right.
worried about the potential disruption that Seldon's theory could cause.
So he sees Seldon as a potential threat.
Yes, he even calls Seldon a loose cannon,
Interesting.
suggesting that he's naive
Okay,
and could be manipulated by others.
so Demerzel's concerned.
But there's also a sense that he recognizes the potential of psychohistory,
Okay.
even if Seldon himself doesn't fully grasp it.
So he's a bit of a paradox.
His actions are often ambiguous.
I see.
He seems to be guiding Seldon, subtly,
Guiding him.
protecting him from danger, but also pushing him towards certain experiences.
It's like he's orchestrating a very specific path for Seldon.
Exactly.
But his true motives are unclear.
Shrouded in mystery.
And this mystery surrounding Demerzel keeps us on the edge of our seats.
It certainly adds to the intrigue.
So we have Seldon, this reluctant hero with a groundbreaking theory.
Yes.
And Demerzel, this enigmatic figure lurking in the shadows.
Pulling the strings, perhaps.
And then there's Trantor itself.
Ah, Trantor.
It's an incredibly complex and diverse world.
A microcosm of the Galactic Empire.
A planet-sized city with millions of inhabitants.
And a staggering variety of cultures.
Asimov takes us on a whirlwind tour of Trantor through Seldon's eyes,
That he does.
visiting three very distinct sectors: Mycogen, Dal, and Y.
Each sector is like a mini civilization,
Sounds fascinating.
with its own unique customs and beliefs
Right.
in social structures.
And these visits are crucial
Absolutely.
to Seldon's journey.
They shape his understanding of human behavior
I see.
and the challenges of applying psychohistory to such a complex society.
So let's start with Mycogen.
All right?
What makes this sector so unique?
Well, Mycogen is all about agriculture.
Go.
Everything contained within these vast enclosed domes.
Interesting.
The Mycogenians are deeply religious and follow strict traditions.
I see.
There's a clear separation between men and women.
A world that seems almost frozen in time.
Yes, a stark contrast to the technological sophistication of Trantor.
Right. It sounds like a fascinating blend of tradition and technology.
It is. And what's particularly interesting is Seldon's encounter with a robot
A robot.
in Mycogen.
What's the significance of that?
This robot is ancient,
Okay.
a relic from a bygone era, a world called Aurora.
Aurora.
It represents a connection to a past that the Mycogenians both revere and fear.
I see.
They see it as a sacred object, but also as a potential source of danger.
So even in this highly controlled environment, there's a sense of unease about technology.
Exactly, a fear of the unknown.
And this encounter sparks Seldon's curiosity
Oh, absolutely.
about the origins of humanity.
It plants the seeds
Got
for
it.
his later search for Earth,
Which brings us to Dal,
another fascinating sector.
a sector known for its energy production.
Dal is very different from Mycogen.
In what way?
It's a harsh industrial environment
Oh,
where the Dalite heat sink workers
right.
face discrimination from other Trantorians.
Why is that?
They're essential to Trantor's energy needs,
I see.
but treated as second-class citizens.
So we see a darker side of the empire,
Yes.
the social inequalities that exist.
Even in this advanced civilization.
And it's in Dal that Seldon encounters this concept of Earth again.
That's right.
He meets Hugo Omerel,
A gifted computer programmer.
who has his own theories about this legendary world. Wait, Earth.
Yes.
Like our Earth.
Yes. One of those aha moments that Asimov is so masterful at.
Wow, so he's dropping these hints throughout the story,
Exactly.
making us question everything we thought we knew about humanity's past.
That's Asimov for you.
So we have these two very different sectors. Mycogen with its tradition and fear of technology,
Yes.
and Dal with its industrial grit and social inequality,
Two sides of the same coin.
and both contributing to Seldon's growing understanding of human behavior.
Absolutely.
He's starting to see the vastness of the challenge he's taken on.
The sheer number of factors
Right.
that influence the course of history.
It's like each sector is a piece of the puzzle,
A piece of the puzzle, yes.
and he's trying to assemble them into a coherent picture.
Precisely.
And then there's why.
Why?
A sector known for its strong military tradition.
A proud and independent people.
This is where Seldon gets caught up in a rebellion, right?
Yes, he encounters Rochelle,
Who is she?
a charismatic leader
Okay.
determined to overthrow the emperor
Wow.
and restore wise independence.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Oh.
Seldon seems to attract trouble wherever he goes.
Well, he has a knack for being in the wrong place at the right time.
Or perhaps the other way around.
Perhaps.
In any case, why represents the simmering political tensions
The undercurrents of unrest.
that exist within the empire.
Even in a seemingly stable society,
Right.
there are always those who seek to challenge the status quo.
And how does this rebellion impact Seldon's journey?
It forces him to confront the realities of power
Okay.
and the consequences of political upheaval.
I see.
He witnesses firsthand the violence and chaos
A harsh reality.
that can erupt when social order breaks down.
So it's not just about abstract theories anymore.
No, not at all.
He's seeing the human cost of political conflict.
Exactly. And this experience in why plays a crucial role
Okay.
in shaping Seldon's resolve
His resolve for what?
to develop psychohistory.
As a means to safeguard humanity's future.
He's starting to realize the stakes are incredibly high,
The fate of the Galactic Empire resting on his shoulders.
that the fate of the Galactic Empire might depend on his ability
Okay.
to make psychohistory a reality.
This is also fascinating. We've got this brilliant mathematician
Hari Seldon,
caught in a web of political intrigue,
a dangerous game,
traveling through these incredibly diverse sectors of Trantor.
a whirlwind of experiences.
It's a real whirlwind of a story.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to uncover.
So many more twists and turns.
Okay, so we've got the stage set,
The pieces are in place,
this reluctant hero, Hari Seldon,
thrown into the deep end.
this complex world of science, politics, and cultural clashes.
A melting pot of ideas and ideologies.
What happens next?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Oh,
Remember Hummin,
Seldon's seemingly harmless guide.
the one who's always with him?
Yes, what about him?
Well, Asimov hits us with a mind-blowing twist.
A twist.
Hummin is actually R. Daniel Oliva,
R. Daniel Oliva.
a robot who has been secretly guiding Seldon all along.
Right, a robot. Are you serious?
Absolutely. It's a revelation that changes everything.
It changes everything indeed. So Seldon's journey has been orchestrated by a robot
It seems so.
with his own agenda.
A hidden purpose.
What does this mean for Seldon's fate
That's the question, isn't it?
and for the future of psychohistory?
A question we'll delve into further,
As we continue our deep dive,
but one thing is for sure. With the entrance of R. Daniel Oliva, the story takes a dramatic turn.
into the unknown.
Precisely. What's crucial to remember is that Seldon's encounters in these sectors aren't just random adventures.
Right.
They're carefully orchestrated experiences.
Orchestrated by who?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Hmm.
They shape his understanding of psychohistory
Okay.
and the complex forces at play within the Galactic Empire.
You mentioned earlier that Demerzel seems to be subtly guiding Seldon's path.
Yes,
Do you think he's the one behind these orchestrated experiences?
it's certainly possible.
I mean, he is the Emperor's right-hand man.
Demerzel operates on a different level than anyone else in the story.
I'll see.
He has this deep understanding of human nature,
Right.
a knack for manipulating events to achieve his goals.
But what are his goals?
That's the million credit question.
Is he trying to help Seldon?
It's hard to say.
Or use him for his own purposes?
Asimov masterfully keeps us guessing.
That he does.
There are moments when Demerzel seems genuinely concerned about Seldon's well-being.
Yeah.
But then other times when his actions seem more calculated.
More calculating, even manipulative.
It's like he's playing a game of chess.
A game of chess.
Moving Seldon across the board.
But we don't know his endgame.
Right, exactly.
And this uncertainty adds a layer of suspense to the entire narrative.
It certainly does.
Keeps you guessing.
Okay, so let's go back to Seldon's experiences in the sectors.
Right.
We talked about mycogen and their fear of technology,
Right.
even in the face of its potential benefits.
They cling to tradition.
How does this experience contribute to Seldon's understanding of psychohistory?
Mycogen highlights the importance of cultural context
Cultural context.
in understanding human behavior,
Oh, I see.
even in a society with advanced technology.
Okay.
Deeply ingrained beliefs and traditions can shape people's actions.
So it's not just about logic and reason.
Oh.
There are these other factors at play.
Seldon is learning that psychohistory can't just be about cold, hard data.
It's more nuanced than that.
It has to take into account the cultural and emotional factors
Precisely.
that influence human decision-making.
Those irrational elements.
And mycogen also introduces the recurring theme of a lost world,
Ah, yes.
a world that the mycogenians call Aurora.
A mythical place.
They associate it with both advanced technology and potential danger.
A double-edged sword.
Right. And this theme of a lost world,
A search for origins.
this world that might hold the key to understanding humanity's past.
The missing piece of the puzzle.
He becomes even more prominent in Dahl,
Where Earth enters the picture.
where Seldon encounters the idea of Earth.
Another layer added to the mystery.
What I find fascinating is that both the mycogenians and Hugo Amaral,
The computer programmer.
yes, from Dahl,
A brilliant mind.
they seem to have this ingrained belief in a single world of origin,
A shared mythology.
even though they have different names for it.
Aurora. Earth.
It's like a piece of shared cultural memory,
A whisper from the past.
a whisper from the distant past.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder what?
If these myths and legends hold a grain of truth,
Could they be more than just stories?
a clue to uncovering the mysteries of human history.
And perhaps even the secrets of psychohistory.
Who knows what secrets are buried in the past?
So we have this intriguing connection
Link between two worlds.
between mycogen and Dahl through this shared belief in a lost world.
A common thread.
And it's through these seemingly disparate encounters
These seemingly random events.
that Seldon begins to piece together a more nuanced understanding of human history
He's starting to see the bigger picture.
and the forces that drive social change.
Patterns of history.
And then there's why,
Where the stakes are raised.
where Seldon gets a first-hand look at the potential for violence and chaos
The dark underbelly of the Empire.
within the Galactic Empire.
A stark reminder.
How does this experience impact his thinking?
Why is a wake-up call for Seldon?
In what way?
He sees how easily social order can break down.
Things fall apart.
How simmering resentments and political ambitions
The seeds of discontent,
can erupt into open rebellion.
a powder keg waiting to explode.
And it's not just theoretical for him anymore.
Right.
He's in the thick of it,
On the front lines.
witnessing the human cost of political conflict.
The real consequences.
Exactly. And this experience makes him even more determined
Determined to do what?
to develop psychohistory,
As a way to prevent such calamities,
to avert disaster.
to guide humanity toward a better path.
It's like he's realizing that the stakes are much higher than he initially thought.
The fate of billions hangs in the balance.
It's not just about predicting the future.
Yeah.
It's about using that knowledge to safeguard humanity from itself.
To steer us away from the abyss.
Exactly. Y represents the potential for self-destruction.
The self-destructive tendencies.
That exists within any complex society.
A cautionary tale.
And Seldon, having witnessed this firsthand,
He's seen the darkness, is now even more driven to find a way to mitigate that danger.
to find a solution.
So each sector, in its own way, contributes to Seldon's evolving understanding of psychohistory
Each a piece of the puzzle.
and the challenges he faces in trying to make it a reality.
It's a long and arduous journey,
It's like he's piecing together a giant puzzle,
a puzzle with countless pieces,
but the pieces are scattered across the vastness of Trantor,
across a planet-sized city.
and he has to find them one by one.
Monumental task.
And just when he thinks he's starting to make sense of things,
Just when he thinks he's getting a handle on it,
Asimov throws in that mind-blowing twist,
the revelation.
the revelation that Seldon's constant companion, Hummin,
An unassuming humming.
is actually R.D. Neil Oliver, a robot.
A twist no one saw
We
coming.
were all shocked by that reveal.
It changed everything.
What do you think it means for Seldon and his quest to develop psychohistory?
It introduces a whole new layer of complexity to the story.
A new layer.
We have to question everything we thought we knew about Seldon's journey. Right.
Was he truly making his own choices?
Was he in control?
Or was he being subtly guided by Daniel all along?
A puppet master.
And what are Daniel's motives?
A mystery wrapped in an enigma.
Is he truly trying to help Seldon?
Is he an ally?
Or does he have his own agenda that we're not yet aware of?
His own goals.
It's like the story has suddenly shifted into a whole new dimension.
A whole new dimension, yeah.
And this new dimension is full of possibilities and uncertainties.
Endless possibilities.
You know that Daniel is incredibly long-lived,
He's ancient.
that he's been observing humanity for centuries.
A silent observer, so he must have a vast knowledge of history.
A wealth of knowledge.
And a deep understanding of human nature.
He's seen it all.
But does that mean he knows what's best for humanity?
That's the question, isn't it?
Can he truly predict and control the course of events?
Can he manipulate fate,
Or is he, like everyone else,
subject to the whims of chance?
subject to the unpredictable currents of history?
We may never know.
These are some big questions. Questions that may never be answered.
I'm eager to see how Asimov unravels this mystery as the story unfolds.
It's a journey worth taking.
And remember,
So forget.
this is just the beginning.
The tip of the iceberg.
Prelude to Foundation is setting the stage
Laying the groundwork.
for the epic saga
The grand tapestry.
that will unfold in the Foundation series.
A story for the ages.
It's interesting how Prelude to Foundation blends these big ideas like galactic empires with these small personal stories,
It's Asimov's way of grounding these concepts.
making them relatable.
Exactly.
The rebel leader from Y?
Yes, she's not just a political figurehead.
No, she's driven by love for her sector.
And a fierce determination to fight for it.
Her story adds depth,
To the complexities of rebellion. It's a reminder that history is shaped by individuals,
each with their own hopes and fears.
not just emperors and politicians.
And Asimov reveals the human cost
The sacrifices made
of political conflict.
in the pursuit of power or freedom.
And speaking of consequences,
Yes.
let's talk about Hari Seldon.
And the weight of his task.
Developing psychohistory is more than just science.
It's a moral imperative.
He's seen the potential for chaos.
And feels responsible to use his knowledge to prevent it.
It's a heavy burden,
To carry the fate of billions
and he wrestles with the ethical implications,
of psychohistory.
the potential for manipulation.
The dark side of prediction.
It's a dilemma many scientists face,
Ensuring discoveries are used for good.
and Asimov doesn't offer easy answers,
He makes us grapple with these questions alongside Seldon.
which makes this book so thought-provoking,
It's not just about the future
but about the choices we make now.
and the impact on history.
And now with the revelation of Daniel,
The robot in disguise.
we have to consider this added complexity.
It changes everything.
Does Daniel diminish Seldon's agency?
Or enhance it.
Is Seldon in control?
Or a pawn in a larger game. And what are Daniel's goals?
Is he truly acting for humanity?
Or does he have a hidden agenda?
Asimov makes us reevaluate everything.
About Seldon and his quest.
This uncertainty is what keeps us hooked.
It makes us think.
So as we wrap up,
What are the key takeaways?
what should our listeners consider?
Prelude to Foundation is about the power of ideas.
Like psychohistory.
It could reshape history.
It makes us think about the role of science.
And the responsibility of discovery.
It's also about the complexities of human nature.
And the challenges of prediction.
Asimov reminds us that even with technology,
People are driven by emotions and beliefs.
it's not always rational.
And finally, it's about individual choice.
and the impact of our actions.
Even facing huge challenges.
We have the power to shape our destinies.
It's a message that resonates.
I think we've covered a lot,
We've explored many facets.
and I hope our listeners appreciate Prelude to Foundation.
It's a rich and complex story.
If you're looking for a book that challenges you,
And expands your horizons.
check out Prelude to Foundation.
And the entire Foundation series.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.
Keep exploring and questioning.
And may your future be filled with discoveries.